I am so excited to share this fun project with you. I am in love with this little pillow. Look at these cute tassels. Oh, I just adore it. It is very simple to make. We make it out of 2 tea towels, so there's really not too much sewing. You just have to sew 3 straight lines. So let me show you how to make this.
We are going to start out by making the 4 tassels. So you are going to take your gray yarn and cut 4 12-inch pieces of yarn. And then you don't see me doing this part, but you're also going to take black DMC floss and cut 4 12-inch pieces of DMC floss. Then you are going to grab your cardboard piece that's about 5.5 inches tall, and you are going to wrap yarn around it 30 times. Once you're done with that, you're going to take your black DMC floss, place it under the yarn on one side of the cardboard, and then at the very top you're going to double knot it. Once you've got it double knotted, you are going to take the other end and your scissors and cut that apart so you are making your tassel. Then you'll grab your 12-inch piece of yarn, and about 3/4 of an inch down you are going to triple knot the piece of yarn to create that little bobble on the top. And then when I do my tassels, I always wrap the yarn around the top once and then do 3 more knots just to make sure it's going to stay in place. Once you've got that done, you are going to trim the ends so that they are all nice and straight, and then you get to repeat this process 3 more times. Once you've got all 4 tassels made, you are going to set them aside for the very end of this project. Then we're going to grab one of our white tea towels and place it down on our table. Then we'll grab our 18 by 18 inch pillow form and place it on top of the tea towel. We're going to place it far to the right, center it vertically, and then we want to make sure the right side of the towel has enough room that the edge lines up with the seam of the pillow. And then on the left side, we're trying to figure out where that left side meets up with the seam of the pillow. So I folded it up, kind of put my finger in place, and then I put my ruler down as a place marker. So our goal here is to figure out our space that we're going to decorate in. So I am drawing a line. We are on the wrong side of the fabric, so it's not on the outside. I drew a line down so I knew where the edge was. Then I'm taking the right side of the tea towel, matching it up with where the left side of the pillow is going to be, and I'm trying to find the center of our pillow. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to draw a line from the top to the bottom of where the center of the pillow is, and then I'm also going to draw along the left side of that ruler. So what I'm doing here is creating the lines where we are going to stitch down. I'm just kind of guessing and placing vertical lines the width of the ruler at this point. And I'm going to keep making additional lines until we get about 5.5 inches away from the edge of each side. Once I've made sure that my lines are centered appropriately, I'm going to continue adding more lines. So I want more stitching, more detail on there, so I am going to just eyeball it and draw a line between all of the lines that we've drawn before. So all of our lines now are about 1/2 inch apart from each other. Now that we've got all of our lines drawn, we are ready to start stitching. So take your embroidery hoop, place the circle underneath your towel, and then the part with the hinge on top of the towel, press it together and tighten it. Then we're going to cut a piece of yarn that is about 1.5 times the width of the towel, thread it through our needle, tie a double knot at the end, and begin stitching. When you start stitching, make sure that the knot is on the side that is facing up and not on the underside. And as you go along stitching, you can create different lengths of stitches, leave bigger gaps, smaller gaps. The uneven look is what we are going for here. So on this one I stitched all the way across. Once I got to the end, then I did a double knot and cut the string. And then to speed up the process, I decided to do multiple lines at one time so I don't have to move the embroidery hoop as often. So continue stitching until you get all of your rows completed. One thing to note while you're stitching is to not pull the yarn too tight. The yarn is pretty elastic, and if you pull it too tight too often, you might rip the yarn. So just pull it enough to make sure that it's pulled all the way through, but don't do it too tight. We are going to take this decorated towel and we are going to add our second tea towel and actually create the pillow cover. Lay your tea towel so the right side is up. Lay your second tea towel so the right side is down. Line up the bottom edges, and then you are going to fold that top tea towel down at 15 inches. And then you'll go to that top part of the tea towel and you'll fold that one down at 18 inches. Then you're going to pin around the three sides that have open edges. Take it to your sewing machine and stitch around those three sides. Here you can see the three sides that I stitched have blue thread on them, so you're going to want those three sides all stitched together. Now we get to add our fun tassels to each corner of the pillow. So take the tassel, thread the DMC floss through the needle, and then you are going to find the inside corner of the pillow and put your needle through, poke it all the way through till the needle comes out the other side, and pull the thread out. Then you're going to take the DMC floss that's on the other side of the tassel, so each tassel has two pieces of DMC floss coming through. You're going to thread the DMC floss through the needle on the other side, and then you are going to go close to where your other piece of string is coming out and string this through to the other side of the pillow. Once you've got both strands through, you are going to take the two pieces of DMC floss and do a triple knot and then trim the ends. Leave about an inch of DMC floss. And then you get to do the same thing on the other three corners. Now that we've got all four tassels attached, we get to take this cute pillow, turn it so the right sides are out, straighten out all of those corners, and add our pillow form. Then we get to take it and enjoy it.
Thanks for joining me as I made this fun pillow. You can find all the supplies to create this at craftstrack.com and go over to our projects page.